walking down the street.
I do want to say to Doni and many of you in this room that over a very long career in this city, all of you have helped me and my colleagues tell the truth and to try to tell.
I may not look like you and you me, but
my head up.
I'm from South Carolina, so I just...
What does this event mean to you, Miss Peggy Mars?
Oh, my heart,
Happy 20th anniversary.
my heart is about loving up on my sisters. Do you know what it feels like to have your sisters in the room? Doni.
And dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. I am beautiful, I am blessed, but not just what you see in the flesh. I'm free from people, free from myself. There's
The doctor lived next door to the janitor, to the reverend, and the lawyer. We were together. Now we get so high and mighty that you create stress for your society because you don't like poor black folks either. That's a health problem. Get yourself together so I can stop being taking care of geriatric people and get back to pediatrics. I thank you, Doni, for all you've done. Let's keep doing it all the more.
letting His glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. And I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to be you.
First name's Doni, last name's Glover, in it to win it for the long haul, baby. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and we are glad to be here. We have a very special presentation today. Do check out bemorenews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth established in August of 2002. We have since covered news from East Baltimore to East Africa to the Middle East. My daddy said there's no such thing as the Middle East. That's all Africa. Be that as it may, we also want you to check out blackusa.news. That came about in December 2020 as a result of the pandemic. We started streaming, and now we have shows streaming from New York City, Baltimore, gorgeous Prince George's County, Montgomery County, Washington, D.C., now Richmond. Well, not Richmond. Where's the young lady? She in Richmond? Yeah, she's in Richmond. Natasha White. She just joined our network this week. Young lady spent some time behind the walls, and now she's on this side helping people on the other side. So we're very proud to have her. We also have shows in Oakland and Los Angeles, California. Do check out my two books. This one came about in 2015, Unapologetically Black. We go into, among other things, political economy. That's the interrelationship of business and politics. We have a black governor, a black treasurer, black speaker of the House, black attorney general, black mayor, black comptroller of Baltimore City, black state's attorney, black city council president. So what? What does it mean for black people? How does it parlay, translate, transfer into the economic empowerment of our community? Means nothing but window dressing. If it don't bring back the bacon, we need the bacon. You see all of these murders. You see all of this poor thinking, poor decisions. Bring that money to the community. The same communities where the trauma is happening. Second book came out in 2021, I Am Black Wall Street. Phenomenal history in 98 pages, beginning in Florida. Who knew that the history of Tulsa's Black Wall Street began in Florida? Who knew that? My main man, my main apple scrapper. So without further ado, we're going to bring up a young man, very proud of Mr. Michael Haynie. I remember wanting to do an event at a downtown hotel. and because we are unapologetically black, and in Baltimore, 63% black city, we had to go to a black hotel a hotel with black management, a black friendly. So we go to black owned or black friendly establishments. The first hotel we went to, Mr. Steele was the general manager, the Hyatt Regency. But then I would hear about this man named Michael Haynie. Come to find out that his brother is my Morehouse brother, Mr. Keith Haynie. So shout out to Keith Haynie. And he's relatively newly married to Adrian. So, but without further ado, we're going to bring up Michael Haynie. Now, I'm going to tell you, a fight might break out. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to be as Christ-like as I can with this young man. But if you swing on me, I'm going to swing back. How you
Donnie,
like?
how you doing, man? I
We
love
ready.
you.
We
Hey,
ready.
listen,
I know you weren't even expecting the African gear.
it is all good, man. I saw the African gear, man. You know, I love you so much, and there's nothing you can do about it. No matter how much we fight, man, we get up from the mat, we hug each other, we go and do God's work, man, and that's what's important. I'm here at the Morgan State University Earl G. Graves Center. Students on break. I'm here for a board meeting. What better place to do it than from here? Mostly, man. But I am grateful for you to have me on your show. And yeah, I probably will swing on you a bit, man, because that's how we go at it. Give people an opportunity to hear some varying opinions so they can create their opinions. And I'm also grateful to you, Donnie, because without you, I wouldn't be in the media platforms I'm in now, able to advocate and leverage what my thinking and my points are to the world. And I tell you, it's been tremendous, man. But we miss Black USA News since you kicked us off, but it's all good.
Now, folks, if you don't know, that's the opening salvo. In other words, for you chess players, I pushed the white pawn, he pushed the black pawns. But we want to get on to the next phase.
Hey, Donnie, how about a 20-year-old black woman from Baltimore exposing to the world the racism that exists and the differences, even in the White House, man? Hey, listen, if anybody don't think that what Jill Biden said was racist, they don't get it. So
Yeah, it
all of a
was
sudden,
racist, and
yeah.
they
So
tried to clean it up.
hey, listen, man, look at Iowa. The
You
first thing they
lost.
do,
You
look,
lost.
no, forget about them losing. They lost before they got in the tournament. Did you look over at their bench, man, 20 months ago when they played the University of Maryland and seeing that it's an all-white team? See, that's it, man. See, they wanted a team. Gonzaga out in California wanted to do the same thing, create a team to show that better team play, better basketball passing, etc., can overcome black talent, right? So that's what Jill was alluding to, but she didn't even realize it. So Iowa has this all-white team on the court, right? Hey, Alexis, my brother Alexis, another true soldier, man, who doesn't mind speaking the truth, even at the risk of whatever economic benefits he could get. And Alexis, don't change that, as many of us don't compromise, like Angel Reese didn't. So Iowa has this all-white team, man, on the court. They have a couple. See, at Iowa, it is imperative that you can't be too black to play on their team, right? So as long as you fair complected and can blend in to what their mantra is, you can be somewhat black, half black, and play for Iowa. Other than that, they're not getting any darkies like you or me on their team. It's very apparent. And so what Jill Biden was saying essentially is, you know, hey, let's invite them both. This team of all white people that beat this team of black people, they deserve to be there too. And Angel Reese called her out. She's been on CNN. They featured her all over the world, but no one wants to say what the real monkey in the room is that what she's pointing out is the inherent racism. An innocent 20-year-old from Baltimore that they want to claim is just ignorant is bringing to light in 2023 that not much has changed. Not much has changed in terms of the perceptions and the realities that we're still dealing with a racist system, man.
Let me
But
just
shout
say,
out to Angel.
I want to say to the people at the White House who regularly work to include the black media. It is so unfortunate that they have to clean up Jill Biden's shit. I don't know any other word to call it.
But it's okay, Donnie, because Dr. Biden, who tried to plagiarize the word doctor.
She ain't a doctor.
Yeah, well, you know, she claimed that.
A doctor's about it. I'm so sick of these academics.
We get it. We get it. You are absolutely right.
If you're a doctor,
you are absolutely right.
Then you heal. You bring.
But they're able to do that. They're able to do that
on the damn fire.
We have been cleaning up the White House's stuff, and you're right. You know, we have the right to be there. We have the right to be there, and you have the right to be there in the front row.
And you don't get invited.
You know, there is so much.
Golden State won. How they look bringing the team that Golden State beat. You won.
But this is what privilege. This is what privilege is with whites. And see, even the liberal ones don't get it, and they stupidly say what Joe Biden said, and Joe Biden spoke to all the liberal white people.
But I will say certainly with those who subscribe to anything that suggests one race is better, superior, more intelligent, more connected to God, or anything like that. Nobody has a monopoly on this earth. Ne'er one.
Well, Donnie, I agree with you in certain respects, but you know,
there
is not everyone. You're right about not all whites, but Jill is a consummate liberal.
My main man is John Brown. Now, if you got the spirit of a John Brown, I'm with you all day long.
I hear you. I hear you. Hey, Donnie, you ever been a guest on your own show?
Catalina Bird tried it. You Pisces always try me.
Hey, listen. So, Donnie, let me finish my point about liberal whites that advocate for black people, advocate for white people, black people. Right? Joe Biden was a consummate one where they think they do the right thing, but somehow their conscientious whiteness comes out. Hey, listen, Kat, she's going to be, hey, Donnie, I told Kat, because this is my partner in crime and a co-host on 60 Minutes in Black America, which would not exist without you. So she's going to be in at some point to read you the riot act, because she loves you for whatever reason. Are y'all having an affair or something? She loves you, man. She thinks the world of you. And so I said, hey, Kathy, you come on in with me at some point. But let's get back to liberal whites.
I have a queen, but I'll save that for
Hey, that's good. Hey, Donnie, let's talk about Chris Rock in Baltimore. Chris Rock was in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
No. You're missing it.
Right. Let's go. Chris Rock. So was Chris Rock smacking Catalina Bird was so disappointed in Baltimoreans for giving Chris Rock any kind of applause. Let me just ask you, is there any other side to the story? Do you think Chris Rock meant to...
You got to hear me out. You got to hear me out. It wasn't about Chris Rock. It was about who was in the audience, the elitist blacks that was in the audience. You had attorneys and whites. You had attorneys. You had every political level of government. You said in the beginning how black we are, from the state house all the way down to the mayoral city hall. And just about, I think every one of them was in Chris Rock's audience. Now, on Thursday, we were saying, well, you got to use N-word, got to use the N-word. And I've never seen a word defined as N in Webster's dictionary anywhere else. And Chris Rock used the word nigga 32 times. Do you think anybody got up and walked out? And so then the next day,
you know what's unfortunate in America? Let's put a pin in it. That in order to be a comedian, it's almost mandatory that you have to use the N-word.
No, it's not. So Chris Rock, politically speaking,
our best and brightest, even Eddie Murphy, after so many years in the industry, can't go without. We feel like we can't make it funny. See, I can't say the N-word in public because then I give somebody else the permission to use the N-word.
No. See, the N-word, using the N-word instead of the word nigga, and you and I have had this conversation before, continues to perpetuate racism because it gives people and out to continue it by having the word "n" replace the word
If you say
"nigger."
the N
And
word,
no, you hear me out. You let me
respect.
finish my point. You let me finish my point so that people don't get sound bites. Okay, it's important that they don't get sound bites on here, and that they understand how we perpetuate racism by substituting the word that Lyndon Johnson used before he passed the Civil Rights Bill, describing blacks in Alabama to Governor Wallace, and said, why don't you give those niggas what they need, man, so we can move on with the agenda of these United States and continue to make money, right? So they used the word in the White House, but yet we substituted as a people to make them comfortable with the institutionalization of racism that can continue as a result of them feeling comfortable using the word "n." I don't care what you call me, just respect me in terms of where I go.
You call these young people that word, they're going to smack you and your mama and your daddy and whoever else you bring in. I suggest you not use it. And I suggest we
Who are
not
you
use
pointing
it.
at? Are you pointing at me? Or are you pointing at Chris Rock? Or are you pointing at Eddie Murphy? Or are you pointing at Jill Biden? Who are you pointing at?
All y'all.
Oh, that's bullshit. Bull stuff. Hey, listen, Donnie, if I can't have freedom of speech on your show to be real so that people don't get what it is, oh my goodness.
Hi, Kathy. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, listen, man. Hey,
Kathy,
listen, we are
I just
wide
want
awake.
to tell you that compensation is owed you. There,
I'm doing good. How you doing this morning, Donnie?
I have a lawyer that's willing to get you compensation for the traumatic experience of producing the Michael Haynie show. Did you know that there are funds available to allow you to become whole again? I know you've been traumatized, but I just want to let you know from up on high, it's going to be
Hey,
okay.
she looks good.
I'm
She
going to go
looks
get
good. Do
some
you know that
coffee.
she just did a show on black women and good. Donnie's gone. Maybe he'll come back later. I don't care whether he comes back or not. But you know, Kathy, I want to play this clip that someone, Leon Purnell from Baltimore, sent me this clip, which was profound, and people need to see this. I want to play this for a second so that people can hear this thing. Hold on a second. Let me play this clip, man. Hold on a second. Did you hear that, Kathy? Hold on a second. Let's go back to that clip because it's important that people hear that.
Okay, that's called dead air time in the media industry. And Michael Haynie, you just blew it. So let me take my show back over. Kathy, how are you today, love? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Donnie. Thanks for letting me in.
What did you think of the whole Joe Biden?
I want to go back to the Angel Reese, and I just want to say kudos to Angel. I think 2 weeks ago I had these other three young, beautiful Black African American women on a show for Women's Month. And what I got out of that from those young women, and it's pretty much the same thing that Angel is trying to say, they are not going to allow America to put them in a box. And I was profound when I heard Angel say the same thing that these other young women I had on a couple of weeks ago. And I just want to say, I personally know Angel and her family because I used to be team coach of her brother, Julian.
Who was the mom to Zeta?
Her mom's name is Angel as well.
I thought so. See,
yes.
I was a little baffled by that. Angel and
let me tell you,
glad we got that
what anybody say. I live in Randallstown. I live right around the corner from her mother, and I am not ghetto.
What is ghetto?
You tell me what ghetto is.
Well, I think
I'm from the South, from the country, so I have no idea what ghetto is. I never heard the word ghetto till I moved to Baltimore.
I think people see a Black woman being expressive. We are an animated people, but hell, Every time I see Donald Trump with that hair helicopter swirl thing going on, isn't that animated? A lot of times, let me just get this one point in. I have heard America call us emotional. Emotional? Emotional is also January 6th. People climbing the walls of the Capitol. If that's not a base, low vibration response to the helicopter hair man who got indicted this week, big ups to my man up, the DA up in New York, for putting a bat to him. I just, but it's coming full circle. And it's like, did you wrong, did you wrong. And karma coming right back and kicking me in the back of the head. And now I'm crying. I'll fall back.
And I think, Donnie, our Black women today, and I think these younger Black women are helping us to speak out for ourselves. So if that's what you call emotional for us, that is us just speaking out and standing up what's right and what's wrong.
Who did the hand gesture first?
Caitlin. And guess what? I do it myself.
I
get it all the time. I get the hand gesture all the time.
And being an athlete, when you get caught up in that motion and winning and being competitive, you talk trash. That's the game of sports. But it's okay for you men to do it, right? And we women can't do it.
Well, at first, that was the issue.
These young women and what these young Black women and especially athletes are trying to say, you men are no better than what we are when we play that same game.
And that's what Angel was saying at first. First it was men versus women, and then it became white versus Black, which ultimately it turned into.
But the media and the non-people who are on that court made it a Black-white issue.
Well, no, it was a Black-white issue from the minute that Iowa formed its team of all white women and partial white Black women on the team. Kathy, you look at it and you see what it looks like, but that's what America wants to do. It wants the Black people that fits better. It wants the Black people that fits within their structure and their world, right? That's who they want. They want to pick and choose who it is, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, white. It makes no difference. They want the special type of non-ghetto Black in their world. That's how they play.
Have we had any Black people come to the defense of Joe Biden?
Yeah, we've had a couple. Matter of fact, I was watching CNN yesterday, to your point, Donnie, because they said that they said
came to the defense of somebody recently, like she didn't mean it, or she didn't mean to be racist.
Yeah, she didn't mean it that way. She meant no harm. They tried to play on her stupidness, right, where really it's the unconsciousness of her whiteness.
I want to say, young man, would you sit your monkey ass down? Malcolm X said, entertainers are not our leaders. That's what Malcolm X said. Our leaders are our leaders. We don't even know what the leaders look like no more because they've been assassinated.
I was ready to say that. Who are the leaders?
Shot. But so when we go to other countries, quite often the image of Black America is that of an athlete or a rapper, not of someone else. Like a parent, like a teacher, like an educator,
Well, I think Denzel Washington could be an exception because he's an exceptional man. He's also an actor, but he also has a philosophy of us and our communities. But they temper his voice and don't give him that platform to speak to us as a people. But they give him the platform of being Training Day, et cetera, et cetera. So, Donnie, for the most point, I don't disagree with you. But I think that our athletes and our entertainers, if they did a better job of being autonomous to the message and not being bought in by the system.
It's hard. Look at Kyrie. Look at Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Well, who owns the NBA?
And that's a great point. Just like the music industry. Yeah. How is it we can't control our own music production from beginning to end? We have all of this money now. You mean to tell me that we can't control our own distribution?
Well, look at it this way, Donnie. Remember when they started East West rap and we were starting our own companies in the white money, because you know who controls media as well. Matter of fact, Harvey Weinstein's in jail now. You know who controls media. See, they figure out a way to stop us, right? Get into the game, just like legalize marijuana, which hopefully we'll talk about as well, right? How they get into the game, they commercialize it, then they turn it on us, right, for their own benefit. Instead of our collaboration of all of the riches of our athletes and entertainers to create our own economy, like we did with Black Wall Street, so that we don't need their leverage. But we don't do that. We diversify our monies into their economies and weaken our own ability to create our own dynamic economy, man. Just like Board versus Brown versus Board of Education. When we desegregated schools, all of a sudden we plummeted in the educators available to teach, because whites didn't want black educators to teach their white kids. Coppin States and the other HBCUs that produce black educators now all of a sudden didn't become as important as it was during segregation. So Brown versus Board of Education was an issue.
But so Michael,
Michael,
to your point on that, but why is that happening? Is it that we as black people feel as, hey, in order to get more and gain more, when we ask to play this game, and you know you're dealing with the white people money, so we figure we got to play along with them, and that's how you get caught up in that realm, and that's why we're stuck in this.
White people.
You're absolutely right, Kathy.
And I'm not going to say all.
We justify our existence. Yep. We justify our existence, Kathy, just like you said, by being associated with money that doesn't look like us, you know, so we become comfortable in that platform with them, Kathy? Because
Kathy, what do we value? What are our values as African Americans, as black people in America?
I think one of the main things I think that's really that I hear today, I think we value our history.
For those of us who know it.
True. And then I think our self-worth. What are we worth?
Michael, what are our values from your perspective?
Our values are our families when we understand that. Our history isn't our history. Our history being taught to us in, i.e. Miami, Florida, or Florida, the state of Florida. Our history is the history that they give us and teach us, because many of us don't go deep enough to look at what our history and our stories are. But I do believe we value our families. We do value our families. And then we can kind of grow from there. We do value money as it has been given to us. And that is probably the most thing that we value, because, you know, we'll fight and we'll divide and conquer over money.
I was expecting you to hear we value honesty, not lying, not stealing. We value hard work. We value saving money. We value owning our home. We value education. We value taking care of our elders. We value taking care of our community. We don't value a cat standing on a corner selling coke, dope, and rock. At the same time, we do not value pharmaceutical companies that have our seniors taking 14 and 15 different.
Let's pick two of them, Donnie, that you just named. Let's pick two of them that you just named. Value our own communities. We got priests and pastors in churches in our community that have moved out.
The Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Goddamn pedophiles. They've been pushing them on our people, pushing them on white people. Now, what about that? They've been pushing them pedophiles on all people.
And the Catholic Church continues to exist. The Catholic Church continues to exist.
But Donnie, messing with the little kids, that's been going on for a long time, but nothing was ever said about it.
Bastards. And then
but to your point,
and nobody's gonna believe you that a priest did it. I do. You remember that boy shot that priest in West Baltimore over in Poplar Grove, put 6 of them hot ones in that ass. Yep.
But Donnie, back to your point about what do we value? Okay, we only value what they create as a value. When they get value on
and family, our parents did, our fathers, for the people who had good fathers, because I had a good daddy. Our fathers busted their butts. They said we got to work twice as hard,
and we still do now.
Yeah, well, I don't know that much to say that about mine. I'm glad you did, and I used a lot because I didn't grow up.
I heard about your father. I heard your
father.
I
didn't grow up. I didn't grow up with my father. Well, let me tell the story. You want to tell the story?
I heard your father had a bat and he ain't played with you.
Do you want to tell the story in
When he
terms of
put
role
that bat
models
on,
and communities?
he saved your life. See, it's the parents' job, Kathy, to save your children from the CO, that's the correctional officer, or the 5-0, that's the police officer. That's your job.
Absolutely.
It's the community's job.
How many of your children,
It has to start at home.
Michael, any of your children over the penitentiary?
No.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's your values. See, we keep letting these other people come on and trick our kids into thinking our values are something else, like something that America says is our values. They never were our values. We more conservative than the most conservative in this country. But they take conservative and then they get that helicopter head dude. I just love that look on his face of angst that is coming around, and karma is kicking him in his ass. Orange man going down. Okay, so how's the weather today? How are those Orioles?
Orioles aren't playing today. Didn't you know they canceled the game?
When the Orioles gonna get some black players? I've been wearing my Baltimore gear because I'm so tired of people crying about my Yankee gear. I wear Yankee gear because Reggie Jackson got slighted here. He went to New York, smacked 3 home runs in 1 game, and I will always be a Reggie Jackson fan. I think he live up in Pennsylvania.
So you want us to answer the question, or you going to answer it yourself?
I was waiting on you. Hey, Irvin Reed.
Well, when you wait on us, you be quiet. Hey, so
Bragg.
You know that baseball. You played baseball. I played baseball growing up. It has changed. Baseball in the inner cities or the ghetto isn't what it was back in the 60s, 70s, or 80s. We trained
replacements. The Negro League stars went down to the Caribbean. I mean, to South America, America del Sur, and now most of the black players come from South America and the Caribbean, or Dominican Republic.
Well, what Mullins out in center field, who was in the World Series, the World Classic a couple of weeks ago, he's a black player with Baltimore. They have a pitcher, Batista, who's very good. He's a black. We claim him regardless of what island he comes from. He comes from Africa.
Baltimore black. Man, remember you had Al Bunbury, Paul Blair, Elrod Hendricks, Ken Singleton, Lee May. I'm that kind of Oriole fan. All of this $18 hot dog Orioles at Camden Yards, I ain't with that. I'm Memorial Stadium for life.
But Donnie, I have a question. Are our young black men playing baseball these days?
That's what I meant.
Plus, did you know a bat costs $400? A little league bat costs $200 and $300. They have tried to price us out the game because I say we dominate.
Now, I don't know if it's that or if we point towards basketball and football more now.
Man, bro, they have priced us out of the game. And we don't play baseball with our kids.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us are more caught up in football and basketball. Baseball is a longer career, more money, more stability, less injuries.
Yeah, I like baseball as well, but that's on us.
Everything is a jumper. It's a jumper. That's the thing about that's the danger of sports. Cats our age still talking about a jumper they made in 1983. That's it. That's your whole life. One damn jumper. You won the game. What about winning the community? What about mass incarceration? We're 13% of the population, yet we make up 50% of the prisons. Isn't something fundamentally wrong with that scenario?
No, it's not, Donnie. Why is anything, Donnie? Why is anything wrong with that scenario when it's about capitalization? God bless America. They capitalize and monetize the prison system. Okay, the word slavery is still used in the Constitution. It was a way to make money, just like they locked up those judges in Pennsylvania just 2 years ago, gave them life sentences because they were sending little kids to their buddies that own the prison system. Wherever America sees an opportunity to monetize something, i.e. the legalization of marijuana. Marijuana was permeated in our communities as part of an economic foundation of kids, people out on the corner selling nickel bags, dime bags, OZs, whatever it is. And now what they've done, our people have legalized it here in the state of Maryland. In Annapolis, they just legalized recreational marijuana, but they don't give us the capital to get involved in the game so that we can be part of the shopping center store to us now. Backing tens of thousands of us up, Martin O'Malley, Joe Biden, back in the 90s. Now it's legalized. What a catastrophe. What a catastrophe. Let's talk about that.
Michael Haynie, Kathy, I'm coming to you. Michael Haynie, are you telling me that Martin O'Malley's hands are still in Baltimore and Maryland politics today?
Hey, we are still feeling the effects of what he did.
No,
we are still feeling the effects of what he did.
Is he still active today behind the scenes?
I think he's fairly irrelevant because he couldn't get his wife over the hump for attorney general. So it lets you know that his power had been curtailed at that point. But the devastation and effect that he and Joe Biden.
I understand his hands are very much involved in politics.
He's a non-person. He's a non-person in Maryland politics.
Power is power. Kathy, what are Black women thinking today from your perspective when you consider all of this that we've discussed? Crime, politics, sports, business, mass incarceration. I see in amidst all of this, the Black woman is still rising, opening more businesses than anybody in America, making more money.
And I think us Black women are finally taking the throne. And letting us, the men, know that, hey, we are here. Not that we're trying to be above you, that we are here to stand with you, our Black men, and make a name for ourselves. And let us know that, hey, we can be more and strive for more. Those same steps you guys are taking, we can take them too, and take them alongside you. But hey, just because we may go ahead of you, we all want more. And us Black women are going to continue to strive to want more, because there's more out there for us to get. And this may be a harder push because we are a woman, but we're going to continue to strive for more because we just want more.
Kathy, what do you need from us? What do Black women need from Black men? I'm not talking about them poo butt ass men. I'm talking about men.
I think what Black women need from men, I think they need the support, and that goes both ways. And I think we just need those men to also be there to speak up for us. Because I don't think sometimes men don't help speak up for the Black woman when they're trying to, and I say especially for our so-called leaders, you know. But I seem like when a woman is trying to get something, they make it so much harder, these men in these leadership, for a woman to do anything. But let a man come in there and ask for something, for a loan or to help open up a business. It seems like it's so much easier.
Not a Black man.
Not a Black man.
I'm just saying, I'm comparing the Black man and the Black woman. I'm not saying a Black man over all the white. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying what us
Black women have better credit.
They might have, they have better credit, but don't make it might be even easier to get what they want.
Who has better credit?
Fight for what we want.
I'm going to venture to say that Black women have better credit than Black men.
Okay, let's quantify something like that, because I take offense to that, because I have an 800 credit score, and I'm sure there's a lot of other Black men out there. So when you do something, you quantify, particularly if I'm going to be pointed towards it, because that's not necessarily true.
Just because I don't think just because half of the prison may be filled with our Black men has anything to do whether the credit is more favorable to the woman than the men. Black men what?
Are more on the periphery of American society. American society will let the Black woman in much faster than they will the Black.
True.
That's true. Yes, absolutely.
Because they're intimidated by Black men.
They want to love you. And white men are very attracted to Black women. And now, if you notice, you're seeing more and more biracial commercials. We are, this is 2023. We are seeing commercials today, even about erectile dysfunction, white woman, Black man. You're seeing now white women openly with Black men. What's that all about? And how do Black women feel about that? Because there's still some of us that said, you are a traitor. You love someone other race. You know we do. You know we do. There's a rule. If you can't walk with her down the harbor on Sunday at 3 p.m., then you ain't really about her.
Can I share something with you, Doni? That's been going on for a long time. But the bad thing about it, back in the day, it was hidden. You had to hide the relationship. So that white-black relationship was going on for a long time. Even when I was in high school, back in Appomattox, Virginia, there were interracial couples. But you had to hide.
Just hit it.
You know what I mean?
Just like gay couples.
We just had to hide those relationships. Because let me tell you, going in high school, all my white girlfriends were all them black boys in high school. But they had to hide it from their parents.
Athletes, Kathy, when they go to these big time colleges, the recruiters put them in rooms, put these big, these black athletes, these tall ball players in a room with nothing but white girls.
So what's your point?
They throw them at them.
What's your point?
They end
What's
up
your
looking
point?
like Tiger Woods.
I don't even think they even have to throw them at them.
He looked whooped.
What does that mean? I mean, your Supreme Court justice is black is with a white man. Your Vice President of America, who is a woman, is with a white man. All I'm saying is that, hey, let's quantify this. Just don't go out there and put that out there that black athletes only go towards white women when they go to University of Utah or University of Wisconsin, because that's not necessarily true.
Well, I know sisters still get mad when they see a black man with a white girl, and they feel that upwardly mobile black men are only attracted to white girls. And then, then you see the white girl.
How about this statement? How about this statement? You see more black women with white men.
That's on the rise.
Yes.
No, it's there, because that's what they use to piss black men off, because they know it destroys our community when we see that.
Why can't you just
Supreme Court
love who you
Justice,
love?
Vice President.
So if you meet a white person that you love, you should just move to another country, right? Because you're never going to please all the black people. You're never going to please all the white people. Why can't people just love who they love? Why
You told me as long as I can walk down Inner Harbor with her, I'm good, right? Isn't that what you said?
Walk down to Inner Harbor on Sunday at 3 p.m.
I wouldn't have a problem with it. Would you?
I mind my business. I'm from Baltimore. I'm from North Avenue. We mind our business. You love who you love. And if I say this, if you love somebody of another race and you let somebody chase you away from loving them, then you the sucker.
And maybe it wasn't love anyway.
If it's love.
If it's love.
If it's love, come on now. John Brown, I don't care. That man died in a hail of bullets trying to save black people. What greater love than a man lay down his life for his brother? So I'm not going to say that there are some white people out here who are bona fide, certified, love, unconditional love. I'm not going to say that every black person out there totally has my back, because we get jealous over some petty stuff. They got a nicer car. They got a different. You don't know what they went through to get what they have or keep what they have. And then we have no concept whatsoever of the 53 countries in Africa. So sick of hearing black people, I'm going to Dubai. Okay, you do know they sold your ass during the slave trade. Let me hear somebody say I'm going to Cameroon, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Egypt, Morocco, Luanda, Angola, the most expensive property in the world. But we want to run over there and be with Dubai while they calling black people Black Barbie. And what the hell is a Black Barbie? I don't like Barbie. I want them to tone that Barbie thing down. Just give me a black damn doll. Who the hell want to be Barbie? You got a black white girl.
Barbie.
Now they got a movie about Barbie.
We need to make a movie about Doni. That's next.
Love who you love, but This is America, and as unapologetically black as you want to be, it all falls into this filter of race. So what's going to happen to Donald Trump, Kathy? How does it feel seeing the fire on him? I just want him not to ever be able to run for president of these United States ever.
But I don't think that's going to happen, because a little bit that I heard, I think all this stuff is not even going to happen until after the election, by the time he even gets to court. I think it's going to be prolonged, and I'm really sad that people think, and that it's all politics. I think it's a little bit of politics, but I think what they're trying to do is like they do other people. They say, I think they want to use him as an example. Hey,
he started a damn insurrection.
You broke the law. You need to be punished for breaking the law. And I think he's just being used as an example more
and
than
he tampered with the election.
Politics.
He tampered with the election. Election
Correct.
fraud.
Yes.
And why is there election fraud, Michael Haynie?
Why is there?
Why is this incredible attention on elections in 2023? What are some people fearful of the browning?
Hey, Doni, remember Selma?
A lot of it has to do with power.
Doni, remember Selma, Alabama? Have you watched the movie Selma? Probably a reality in terms of voting rights and the rights of people to vote. That's why there's election fraud, because they don't want you to vote. It's a new 21st century version of the defeat of voting rights. That's what it's all about. Brown and black people, although brown people are moving more towards the Republican Party, which is their choice, they can do what they want to do. But when it comes to a Stacey Abrams, leveling the power of black people in a usually Republican district, or the state of Maryland. Look at the state of Maryland 4 years ago when they elected a Republican governor, right? Leveraging the black power then to push him over the hump. It's all about the vote. It's all about black vote. That's what's happening. It's just guised differently now.
Kathy, did you see the new Avatar movie?
I did not.
Did you, Michael Haynie?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So Kathy, they use this term in there for the Avatar people. They call them hostiles.
Mm-hmm.
And the white soldiers that go in, that's what they call these avatars, hostiles. It reminds me of the cowboy and Indian movies. That's how you go in with colonialism. First, you demonize them.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy and Michael Haynie are devil worshippers. And so that makes it okay to kill them. That's how they do it. Well, I watched it. I enjoyed it. I'm a little late, probably a year or two, but
I guess I know it's been out for a while.
what I love about Avatar. It's a reminder of how we're all interconnected. All of life, we're all interconnected, and that's some things that women understand, I think, a lot better than men. When you're driving, you always know, if you're riding a bike in Baltimore, you always know when there's a woman driver behind you, typically, because a woman has more respect for life. A man will drive right past that bike. Don't care if he hits you or not. Hey, what's up with all these damn bike lanes? Why do it take 35 minutes to go across North Avenue? Who in the hell is behind that dumb shit? Oh,
that's your leaders at work.
No, that's your city planning at work 20 years ago
I don't mind the bike lanes, but here's my problem with the bike lanes. They don't follow the bike rules. That's
ain't nobody on the damn bikes. That's what I see. You got a big damn empty lane. And you like, hold up. I don't want to ride over in the bike lane because there might be a bike over there. Meanwhile, the traffic is all snug. And doesn't that boost the carbon emissions when all of the cars are just waiting there on North Avenue stalling because only a few can get through the light at one time? The bottleneck.
Bike lanes
are on Fremont Avenue. Come on.
Bike lanes are about gentrification. Bike lanes are the first amenity across the bow as they begin to change a community. That's what they do. They deteriorate, let the housing deteriorate, lower the value of property, particularly when they start to look at public rail coming into a jurisdiction. They put bike lanes in there because blacks drive cars. They don't necessarily ride bikes to work. And when you start to see the demographics of the people in the bike lanes, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. You see gentrification coming, be it on Gwynns Fall, be it on North Avenue. And you're right, Doni. So what's real about Baltimore and Baltimore politics? What's real about Port Covington, or whatever they've named it now, being a new city within a city with their own political structure? That's what I see in 10 or 15 minutes.
Kathy, why is it they give us a Bruno Mars, a slice of watermelon, a little bit of music, and black people are supposed to be happy? Why do we get so happy over a damn Preakness? Black people out there drinking Black Eyed Susans and on the infield, not realizing we don't own SHIT.
I just see Preakness as it's just a place of nose rubbing. That's how I see Preakness. It's just where business deals are made. I mean, it's just it's a little business.
But look at the community surrounding that. All of this economic impact. What is the benefit for the Park Heights community? Michael Haynie, you and I were at a meeting up there in Mount Washington where Bill Cole said specifically, we are not talking about the future of Pimlico Racetrack, when that's exactly what the meeting was about. You remember Bill Cole, the former councilman? He was down there with BDC.
Sure. I remember him well. I remember him well. Back to your former question so that we can ensure that your viewers are educated. Okay, Bruno Mars is not for black people anyway, because there's not a whole heck of a lot except the elite blacks that go to Pimlico anyway. We can perform in the parades on Park Heights Avenue supporting it, but we don't necessarily get in the infield in a bunch, so it's not pointed towards us anyway. As LifeBridge, which owns Sinai Hospital, which now owns 40 acres of Pimlico Racetrack, said, controlling Belvedere and Park Heights Avenue is the key to controlling that community, which they want. Kai, the developer of homes up there, they want to move the aesthetic Jews on the other side of North Avenue because they're bulging at the seams going towards Pikesville. And so it's the development of that isn't for people like you or me. It's to integrate. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Integration is not necessarily a bad thing, but to move us wholesale out to Randallstown and out on Liberty Road is not good.
Kathy, what's the quickest route from Africa to Israel?
It's a trick question, Kathy.
Yeah, I know. I'm like...
Park Heights. Okay, so Kathy, as the show is winding down, why are you involved in black media?
I think why I'm involved in black media because I think it's a platform for us blacks to speak out, to share what's going on, and like you say, in our communities that people in our community may not know. So black media is also a place where, look at us now. I mean, we can talk about the different areas of the world, of the community, to share our thoughts and give our opinions. And then, and who knows, and maybe hopefully these people that we so-called put in leadership, this will be a place where they can come and really hear what us black people, what our concerns are as a black community.
Michael Haynie, why are you involved in black media? And I want to
first of all, to ensure, I got your question.
I know yesterday you felt a certain kind of way when you saw Mackenzie Frost digging up into our black elected officials. And I could feel you called me, you texted me, you let me know that you're really not pleased with the way our black elected officials, they tap dance, they do the Carlton when Mackenzie Frost put that mic on them, almost like they want to be on Fox, even though Fox berates, degrades, denigrates black people, vilifies black people all day, every day.
Well, Donnie, let me say, first of all, appreciate Kathy being on there. Even she has to temper some of her comments because of, I don't have to temper my comments. Maybe you have to temper your comments because of, I support and sponsor. No, let me finish. Damn it. I don't have to. Yeah, well, I talk too long for you. Maybe I don't talk. Maybe I don't talk too long for your viewers because they may be hearing something different than you. Okay, so don't get me started because I can just invite them over to 60 minutes. That's exactly why I have my own network, and that's exactly why they listen. Because I bring. So there we go. And maybe they'll give you the feedback.
Michael, don't do
that. However, to your point, and I paid the price to do my own thing at this stage in my life.
You still sponsor this network, so
and
you got you're a boss. So
that's because I think there's value in what it is you have to offer. You and I just go about it a different way. I'm giving reality and truth.
And
your
point. What do we
okay,
value?
there we
Family.
go.
See,
Sure.
family.
Go ahead, Kathy. You go ahead, sweetie.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just making a point with you two going, back and
forth. It ain't about me
that just shows the love, and that just shows the value.
It's not about us. It's about ensuring that his viewers have a module of education when they get off of this hour that they may not have known about before relative to our community. And we are just a platform and vehicle to carry that out, unbiasedly.
Let me just say, Michael Haynie and this guy right here, Ronnie Griffin, they are two of the biggest supporters of this network and have been. This guy here, Alexis Coach, all the way down in gorgeous Prince George's County, Irvin Reed. We have a very big family. This cat here he's the first every day, every single day, all the way down in Florida. Our network is strong. Mike did the first show from Africa, and we've since done now three shows, myself, and he's done others live from Africa. So we always family. Let them think what they want.
Absolutely.
Hey, so let me talk about 60 Minutes in Black America, which was born on this network, right? And what we try to accomplish. As I was saying before, I'm a heart and soul. I sponsor our own media so that we can give information relative. Kathy did a show a couple of weeks ago on the importance of Black women during Women's History Month. We have a show this week called The Resurrection of Education, as we talk about the need to ensure that parents and grandparents, because we have ruined our millenniums. We have done them a disservice educationally, us baby boomers, relative to education. And we have to figure out what the fixes is for their children so that we don't see.
It wasn't just us. We have been.
That's my opinion.
But America,
that's my opinion.
America, I'm just saying.
In any event,
our children, our parents had us at least a few years to themselves before the world got to us. I mean,
in any event,
television, but now people got babies,
and the technology.
They got babies playing with these things.
Let me cut in between you and Kathy. Just watch 60 Minutes.
The medulla, the cerebellum, much earlier.
60 Minutes in Black America this Sunday at 6 p.m. The following week, we'll talk about the legalization of medical and recreational marijuana and the adverse effect on the Black community, bringing real relative news with experts that have data, quantifiable data, which is important with Black media, that we have quantifiable data and information that we
have
share
the evidence, they still ain't gonna listen. What about the brothers locked up for weed right now? Do they get out? Now
they are getting out.
Weed,
they are getting out. They are getting out. They are getting out.
Well, we've had people talk about returning citizens, Black men in Maryland coming home at record levels because they got cancer.
But Donnie, if you just quiet for a minute, it's not the point of whether they're getting out or not. It's a point.
It's my damn show. Okay, you got your own damn network. Come over with this thing. I done let you slide for 57 minutes.
It's our show. It's our show. Okay. But they are getting out, Donnie. It's just that we don't give them the capitalization that they need in order to set up a marijuana shop in Evanston Village Shopping Center or Walbrook Junction. That's the only unfortunate thing.
What can we do?
Can I just speak of just a normal little citizen? I just think it's unfortunate.
Happy birthday, Kathy.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I just think this is just a normal Black American citizen. I am just appalled. I can't go out in the neighborhood and run. I can't go to the grocery store or any store without smelling it. It's just appalling. Appalling. That's just my 2 cents on it.
You mean marijuana? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, because they have they've hypnotized us with that. That's what they're doing by legalizing.
Now we got already got issues with the school, our children in school. Now we're gonna just legalize this stuff, and now kids ain't gonna do anything. We're just gonna come to school stoned, so they're not gonna get better. So that's what we have done is said it's okay for our kids to go ahead and get stoned.
I think the difference is they have a higher caliber marijuana that's being distributed now, cultivated, and it's pretty potent. So it may take a lot of our young people a little longer to get through that maze of experimentation. So we got to push academic excellence. It all starts at home. Let me say this. If you raise your children, you can spoil your grandchildren. But if you spoil your children, you will raise your grandchildren. My name's Donnie Glover. We want to thank Kathy Evans and Mr. Michael Haynie of BlackUSA.News. And what's the name of your new network, Mike Haynie?
Hey, 60 Minutes in Black America this Sunday at 6 p.m. We talk about resurrection and education with real experts, real data, real information. Tune in. Go to the Mike Haynie YouTube page to watch 60 Minutes in Black America.
And I love you both, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I like that. I'm all right with that.
Good morning, world.